of Ghana, Accra. Welcome to another edition of Citizens Are on West Africa Democracy Radio 94.9 FM in Dakar. Citizens Are, Africa's radio program, is dedicated to exploring the democratic governmental lenses on strengthening democracy using radio, focusing on engaging citizens in conversations about the importance of democracy and the challenges it faces, while we also recommend actionable solutions to consolidating the gains of democracy for the greater good and development of our dearest continent, Africa at large. Well, with some 70 days to Ghana's 2024 general elections, we are indeed your hub of democracy and good governance discourse. This is Citizens Are. Today's episode will heavily be focused on finding critical actions or answers to the big question in a democratic state, which is who can vote and be voted for? Are there some criteria that enables an individual to vote? The second part of the show where we are going to also speak with Executive Director for Care for Free and Fair Elections Ghana and the person of Mr. David Kumi, Addo. Right, so welcome to the second part of the show, Citizens Are. This is your most authoritative citizens engagement platform in West Africa and, of course, Africa at large, where we seek to deepen the conversation about democracy while empowering citizens to be aware of their rights and, of course, be actively involved in the whole discourse of democracy. The second part of the show, we are going to have a conversation with the Executive Director with the Care for Free and Fair Elections Ghana, and the person of David Kumi, Addo, and he joins us via Zoom. Thank you so much for your time with us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so today we're looking at voting and who to vote for. So it is two things in one. One, the right of the individual to vote, and then who to vote for. You have been you are in the civil society space where, of course, you hear citizens or you engage on matters of elections and governance. How concerned are you when you hear issues of voter apathy on the part of many voters?
Well, voter apathy is a grave concern because it tells that, first and foremost, the people may not be trusting in the candidates that have put themselves forward to be voted for. It may tell that people are not satisfied with the kind of democracy that is being handed over to them. It tells that people are disillusioned and they are disappointed in leadership. Therefore, perhaps they wouldn't want to take part in the democracy that we are enjoying, or that is being used to rule the country. And that becomes a danger, because when people begin to have negative feeling about the democracy practiced in a particular country, then it is easy for the people to freely give information or participate in insurgency, participate in aggressive behavior, take part in things that will topple the democracy that we are practicing. So it is a danger when we begin to experience a lot of apathetic feelings and then actions that people will not want to participate in a democratic process. It becomes a very, very big worry. And I think that it's something that we must not just let it slide, but we must take steps in resolving it to ensure that everybody will get him or herself involved. Democracy thrives in an arena of inclusivity. When there is inclusiveness, people feel that they are partakers. People feel they are involved, and anything you are involved and you like and you are happy about, you wouldn't want to destroy it. So basically, that is what it is. If there is so much voter apathy, it calls for a lot of concern that leadership must take steps to ensure that whatever is causing that voter apathy is reversed, or an effort is put together to ensure that there is so much inclusivity and public participation in a democracy that is being practiced.
Okay, two things. What brings about this particular voter apathy? And two, in the case of Ghana, what are you picking up ahead of the general elections? Do you foresee voter apathy on the part of Ghanaians or on the part of many voters?
Okay, so to answer your first question, what brings about voter apathy is disappointment. Leadership promises and never fulfills the promise. So a lot of people have disbelief when even another person comes to say, I will do this and then I will do that, because of past experience, people feel that you have just come to deceive. You have just come to tell them what you are not going to do. So even though they are going to queue to vote for one person or the other, they don't believe anybody that is participating or that is contesting in the elections, that they feel that they will have to go and choose one or vote for. So that is the cause of voter apathy. When people have lost confidence in the democracy that we are practicing, because the democracy is not bringing advancement, the democracy is not able to protect them, the democracy is not able to bring development, the democracy is not able to create an enabling environment for people to work and then earn something. That is what causes the voter apathy. People feel that we don't have to participate because we are not earning anything. We are not benefiting from the democracy that we are practicing. We are not getting anything. Therefore, we'll sit aside. Let those who believe and those who feel they are benefiting from go and participate. Now, when you look at the situation in this country currently as we speak, I don't think that we are going to experience voter apathy, because we've done some few work in Greater Accra, in Ashanti, in Volta, in the Western and then Central. You realize that people are willing and ready to participate in elections, the upcoming elections, because they feel that it gives them an opportunity to correct a certain wrong. It gives them an opportunity to affirm what they believe in. It gives them an opportunity to be able to decide who they want to move on with the country. So a lot of the youth, when you ask them, they even feel that today or tomorrow should be 7th December, so that they will quickly go and then cast their ballot.
Interesting. So you feel that Ghana is by no means reaching any voter apathy ahead of the December 7th general elections. But let's look at the power of the voter. The power of the voter, and then who to be voted for. In Ghana, for instance, we have 13 presidential candidates in the upcoming 2024 general elections. So who to vote for is a matter of concern. What goes into who to vote for first, and then later we look at the power of the voter and how that power is exercised judiciously or not. Share with us what must be considered on who, or what must be the criteria to someone who would be voted for, i.e. be on the ballot paper or on the ballot box.
A vote is a choice by an individual. So a vote by the Constitution, it says that your vote is your secret. Your vote must be a secret. So, but if you ask me who one should consider and vote for, it's the one you trust, the ones whose policy can bring advancement not only to you, but to the nation. The one who can protect us, you as a person or the people of this country. One that will respect the rights of the people. One that will provide an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. One that will provide enabling environment for development. One who you see in his policies and his conversation and his communication to be sincere, one who has a very good track record, and one who you can see that has not just come to deceive the people. So these are individuals for me that you can vote for, one that has been tried and tested. If you are given, because obviously if you are going to look for a job, you go with your CV, and your CV actually tells the experience you've had over the period and the work you've been able to do, where you have worked, and all those things. So having come into the people, you should tell the people what you have done before and what you intend to do. That will give the people confidence that, oh, you have done this already, therefore you'll be able to do this. So let's look out for some. You see, there are many times that we are led by vote buying and vote selling, monetization in our elections. And a lot of people consider who gives me much to go and vote for. With that, it becomes very, very difficult because you leave your conscience behind. You are unable to actually and sincerely look out for somebody who will be able to do the job. But you are looking for the highest bidder. So you cast a ballot for. When you do that, you have sold your conscience, you have sold your tomorrow, you have sold your development, and you have no cause to complain tomorrow. So it is important as the youth.
Because of vote buying and vote selling.
Yes, because immediately you do that, what the politician will do is that whether he has the acumen, whether he has the experience, whether he has the knowledge or not, all he needs to do is to go and look for money to come and buy your votes. So then after the person gets your votes, now the person uses that power to look for more money, to settle the debt he is owing, and then also gather more so he can come to you tomorrow, ask for your vote or buy your vote. So you realize that,
is that the reality?
instead of
is that what is happening in our recent democracy? Is that where we've actually reduced that democracy to?
Yes, unfortunately, that is what is happening. I'll give you a typical example. We went to Asin North, the by-elections. And the purpose for our going to Asin North was to observe the elections and also on a campaign against vote buying and vote selling. So we did that for 5 days before the election itself. We opened the people up to the advantages and disadvantages of selling your votes, the implications. So that when you sell your vote and you are done, the person has no obligation to do anything for you, because the right you have waived that right. And as you sold your vote, now the person comes in, the person must recoup the money, the person must pay his debt, and now get more to come to you back and buy your vote. So you realize that development will be stalled. There will not be development. Educational development will not happen. Social development will not happen. Economic development will not happen. Health-wise, it won't happen. Then when you come back, you will come and cry, forgetting that you have sold the vote, the right to be able to question the person or hold the person accountable for providing all these things that he or she promised he is going to do. But he went to look for money to come and buy the votes. Therefore, his concentration will not be on the developmental projects or providing an enabling environment for your personal development. But will now spend time to look for money to pay his debt and gather more to come to you back. And that campaign, I think that the work we did in Asin North yielded a lot of fruits. It made a lot of impact, because at a point when you are speaking to people and they give me this amount of money, but I will vote against them, they tell you confidently and boldly, they don't hide it, and realize that yes, the education campaign that we embarked on actually made an impact.
And of course, that is the whole essence of West Africa Democracy Radio Citizens Are, where we definitely want to make citizens have a better understanding of democracy and, of course, how they can also be part of it. And, of course, today's conversation, we're looking at votes and who to vote for. Your vote is your power, and therefore do not wave it off at any price. These are the very advice or concerns from Mr. David Kumi, Addo Executive Director with the Free and Fair Elections Ghana. Mr. David, so let's also look at the power of the voter. Is the voter aware? Is the voter preview to his power? Because some people say, based on current happenings, we just have to do some quick things. It does not take a lot if we just take money and then go vote. I mean, at the end of it all, they have the notion country broke, country no broke, oh, we all day inside.
Well, I don't think majority of the voters know the power they have. Because when they do, I'm not sure that you'll go and sell your vote for 50 Ghana cedi or 100 Ghana cedi. Because if you know the power you have, you will know that your vote is very, very an expensive commodity that if you consider it critically, no one can buy. Because the power of the voter is a power that determines who rules the country for 4 years. The power of the voter is a power that determines whether we are going to have economic freedom or not. The power of the voter is the power that determines whether we will have a very good infrastructure, educational infrastructure, economic infrastructures, health infrastructures, and many other things. Our security will be good. Our power system will be good. Our when it comes to energy, everything will be good. But they don't know that our votes are the ones that determine. My vote is the one that determines whether it is going to be good for this country or it's going to be bad. Whether the system is going to be.
But we've had a certain precedent tell a people in a particular constituency that, look, because you did not vote for me, so I have denied you of this particular amenity because you did not vote for me. Isn't that one thing that makes citizens feel like, oh, I will be denied of my basic rights if I do not actually vote for him? It feels like the voter is compelled with such statements.
Well, you see, I find that statement by our president very unfortunate. Because obviously, if you travel across the world, anywhere in the democracy that is practiced across the world, nobody gets 100% votes. If you look at Joe Biden and Trump, their elections, Joe Biden didn't get 100% votes. Anything that anybody has done better is either 50, 51 point something percent, 52, 53%, and that's it. It tells that the other people also voted for the other candidates because they believed and they shared their idea. So for you to go to the people to tell them that because you didn't vote for me, I am going to refuse you projects, I'm going to refuse you development and all those things, it is quite unfortunate. And I think that the president goofed on that particular aspect because it is not, we all don't think alike.
Okay.
We all cannot think alike. I may like A, you may like B. It depends on what goes into the reason why you like A or you like B.
Okay.
Our worldviews are also different. The way we see things, the way we perceive things, the way we consider things are very different. So I may like maybe a white lady, but you may like a very dark lady. So to come and tell me that because you didn't vote for me, but he's forgotten that even though they didn't vote for him, he is taking their taxes. So did he say that, okay, you didn't vote for me, so I don't like your taxes. Take your taxes and go and do your own development. The people would have said hallelujah. And when they are gathered their taxes, they would have made the roads, they could have built their own schools, they could have built their health facilities and provided electricity for themselves, which could have helped them. but you take all the money, put it in one consolidated fund so that it is used for the country's benefit. But to say that is quite unfortunate.
All right, Mr. David would have to end the conversation here, but of course, we want to say a very big thank you to you for your time. But as we wrap up, very final comments on votes and who to vote for. An education to citizenry across Ghana and the entire West Africa, as well as Africa, about the power they will in order to truly cherish it and democratically exercise it at any time.
Well, I'm going to advise the voter to vote for the policies that sits well with them. Vote for somebody you believe in. Vote for somebody you believe that is being sincere with us and will not come and deceive us as we have seen in the past. Let's vote for somebody who respects the rights of individuals. Let's vote for somebody who has compassion for the country. Let's vote for somebody who has the country at heart. Let's vote for somebody who will believe and respect our collective view, but not come after us when you say something and then your fundamental human rights is taken away from you. Let's vote for people who believe in their policies, the policies that can move this country forward, the policies that can advance our democracy, the policies that can preserve and protect our rights as human beings. Thank you.
David Kumi, Addo, thank you very much for your time with me. So that's how we wrap up for today's edition of Citizens Arm. Of course, it's been very insightful, very educative, and very thought-provoking. At least, if you live here with the education of how powerful your vote is, and you need to exercise it judiciously without trading it. And of course, on who to vote for, look for someone that best serves your interest, someone that has your interest at heart to work for you and not to rather lord over you. My name is Christopher Aticho, and in today's edition of Citizens Are